p.m. last traded. I do want to stress though that the open of the month in the S&P future 6478.75 is still a very real number that the market can approach. So keep that in mind. And let's see, time now is 9:59. So let's go ahead and go around the room. Where are you guys logging in from today? What's your weather report where you're at? I'm in Mobile today, but I'll be in Birmingham next week. In Mobile, it's 85 degrees, nice and warm. Still feels like summer. And we are starting to keep a lookout for Tropical Storm Gabriel tracking towards the Gulf Coast. I think Home Depot actually doing pretty decent today. They're down to 415.27.24, but it made it up to 420 earlier. By the way, GLD made it up to 331.24 earlier. So had a bit of movement in the market. And what are we looking at? Miami, Dallas, Charlotte, Arizona, Sacramento. Yeah, a little bit all over the place. Great to have you guys in here for Train and Trade today. Obviously, we got a market that's moving, so there's going to be a lot to talk about today. Let's see. Kent Washington, but down in Anaheim. Well, if you're going to run a marathon, Anaheim's a good place to do that. And we got Tom Busby in the room today. And Tom, first of all, you made that call on GLD earlier this week. It got above 330, got above 331 today. So, big tip of the hat there. Second, like what this market did this morning, making that new all-time high in the S&P futures and then dropping back down below the open of the month in about an hour's time frame. It's been a roller coaster. How's it been for you?
Well, Chuck, if you got a good plan, and that's what we had, you'll see it in a little bit what we were able to do. But I told people yesterday that the market was going to head towards 65.45. I told them that this morning on T-Buzz TV. I thought that's where to run into resistance. Now, for the sell-off that occurred, there's got to be, I would think, a couple rumors out there. I've heard a couple rumors, and the market's trading off rumors right now because people Wall Street wants you to sell, and that's just the pattern. The pattern is if they can't get the facts to meet what they say, then they create rumors, and we're sort of in the rumor station. I've heard two rumors today. Whether they turn out to be true or not, both of them would be create a period of uncertainty for a day or so. And those two rumors, I think, are being carried the, by the circulations of Reuters, those type people that are always looking to, kill a jolly good time because it was sure jolly this morning when we were up there at the high. But what was really exciting for me, I've been saying for, I guess, all year long that bonds were going to go higher. And I said 115 was my pivot number. Well, last night, bonds were at 115 and bonds right now are 116.11. So I feel rescued by the fact that the interest rates are starting to be reflected, lower interest rates are starting to be reflected in the bond markets. That makes me feel pretty good because, I've been sitting on that for a long time. The other trade that I've been consistent about all year long was that crude oil was going lower. And I had this coming into this morning that crude was down 1% for the week in a very strong week. And and crude has gone even lower this morning. It's making highs down here at 61.79, which is below the 3-day low, which means if it closes down here, we're going to get another $4 or $5. Okay. And I think that's good. Jackie, in Futures First, Monday night, that will be our subject. Bonds, Futures First. It's time to bring out the old utility trade and pay our electric bills. I got a trade there. I teach bonds. I've been waiting to do it, and this is a perfect week to do it. So Monday night at 7 for Futures First, we'll do it. And that's the case. The other market that we're entering that time period where these reports that come out really move the market, and that is our 25-cent market. Did anybody take that 25-cent trade I did yesterday? We made 100% on it. We bought it at 23 cents yesterday at the close and got out this morning at 45 or higher, 46. That's 100%. Did anybody take that trade on the 25-cent trader? I'm just curious. Did anybody take it? I put it out yesterday, and Jim said he did. Jim, you get out at Cherry, you did. Junior did. Okay, that's good. That trade has been sort of stale. I've been waiting for the setup to happen, and it happened yesterday. A lot of times a great strategy like that has to be, you have to watch it for a while. And that's what I've been doing, but I'm ready to launch into the report trade, okay? Car Ride got another winner on the TQQ. Way to go. Way to go, Car Ride. Yeah, if you listen to me, you're going to get some good trades. I think that's, you say past performance is not indicative of future results, which is true, but somehow the winners just keep on coming, and we think that's important. In my opinion, today would turn out to be a buying opportunity, but maybe not today. He turned 500 into 1,100. Neil made the XSP trade. Neil, I'm very proficient at low price options. When I start trading like I am now, it really gets lucrative. It'll stay that way until the setups don't work. Then I go to the sidelines, then come back in. It's time to start doing it again, in my opinion. Now that's the XSP trade. I showed I entered at 23 cents, Jonathan. You cheaped me out of my 100%. I got in at 23. Anybody else get in at 23? I need to make a change that. I want 100%, not 92. That's a heck of a trade, isn't it?
Yeah, Tom, I'd say 92 is pretty good. I get wanting 100, but
I know. I got
92 is
100
pretty
because
good.
I got in at 23.
Tom, we had a great student back in the day. His name was John Gillespie, and he said, Tom, you don't need to do any embellishment. Your trade is great just the way it is.
I know, but I just wanted that 100%, I wanted to have that 100%. Neil got 24. Okay, 24 to 46. Okay. That's a heck of a trade, though, isn't it? Look at that.
There was certainly
you make a trade like that once a month, you're pretty happy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And for the record, there was certainly opportunity for not only 100, but a little bit more than 100%.
How did it actually go?
I think it went up to, well, let me give you the exact price here. I'm going to take the quotes.
Might as well look at it and learn.
The high print on that option today is actually 46. So maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I thought
in the pre-market, if you were trading if you were trading at IB, it was trading in the 48, 49 cent range.
Yeah, I think 48, 49 on IB. That's right. Good point. Anyway, that's still a nice trade. Nice trade. Our original target was 39, so surely everybody got worst case 39. Okay. All right. TLT. This is another trade that we've been doing. This is 2 months in a row. Made 32% on this one. Everybody ought to be happy about that. We did that this morning. Jonathan, do we quit here? Do we make anything else happen? SPY, 11% return. That ain't bad. Go Moonlight, go. Apple, 15% return. That's on half the position there, right, Jonathan? Or is that the whole thing?
That's half position there on Apple, and same for the next one, TQQQ.
Oh, TQQQ just keeps on paying 27% return on half that position. Well, clearly, if you take this week, we've had a heck of a week if you took those trades. I'm just thinking back. So don't ever sneeze at a 6% return.
And of course, the week starts with your planning session, but after the first trade day of the week, we have the T-Buzz weekly trade letter.
Yeah, we'll be doing that released Monday after the close. And Chuck's, he talked about how we recommended getting in gold early this week. You know, gold coming into the day was up 2.5% for the week, probably topped out about 4% before it started correcting. I thought that was interesting on gold. Okay. Apple, another stock I've been hot on, was up 4.59% coming into the day. Pretty good there. Circle, stock we made so much money on at Sawgrass, was down 8% coming into the day, and I've just looked, it's down another 6%. No, yeah, 7% right now. Falling out of bed. Google's looking good. We got to look at Google. TQQ had a great week on QQQ and TQQ. SPY's good. Everything's good down the sheet. We'll go through that in a little bit. But I would say that's a pretty good week's work, what we did. All right, the retirement center, we got a meeting today at 2. Do not forget, be there. I'll go through that. I think this afternoon we ought to have a good feel for how the market reacts and what it does. If you take the low, let's do this real quick. Everybody knows the same. If you take the low of the week, 63.71, and the high, 65.41, Jonathan, take those two numbers. Tell me where the midpoint for the week is.
Let's see, what was that high and low?
65.41, 63.71 is the low. Where's the midpoint for the week?
64.56 is what I got. 64.56.
Yeah, that's where support is. In fact, I got that dialed in on my moneymaker, showed me where everything should be there. So we're coming into Genesis. It's going to be interesting. This marks the low of the day, isn't it?
I sure will be interesting to watch that. It's always interesting to watch Genesis, but maybe especially.
I know Genesis is so unique. The computer does it for you. It spins it out. It's a great program. Crude oil's doing some good here. I'm just looking at it. Let me check my crude position. I always like to look at that futures. Oh yeah. Okay. On crude. All right, if you need a referral to DTI referral, send Jonathan Rowe at DTI Trader. I train the retirement stuff. Do that. Cheryl, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to do a special topic on Monday on Genesis, and I'll do some training. I'll talk about that during the train and trade. You ask and you should receive. I've been thinking I need to cover that. Okay. September 22nd, 23rd, still have 1 or 2 seats there. Remember, you get a free year of my educational program online. Sign up. We haven't raised the price yet. I got to remind me, Jonathan, to do that today with Adam, okay? I'll teach you more in 2 days in a small class than you can learn in a year online, okay? All right, I want to talk a little bit, give you a little overview here. Sort of got a lot of new people, just make sure everybody's in sync with what we're doing and how we're doing it. Let's talk about DTI Partners. That's DTI, and we call it Trading with T-Buzz Overview. Just sort of give you an overview of everything that we're doing. I founded this company, and it should be founded, yep, thank you, in April of 1996. We used to have an annual class called what was that class called? Slipped my mind. We had it every April. Anniversary class. I knew it'd come back to me. Kick in, President. We've operated out of DTI headquarters there in Mobile from 2001 to 2020. That was our building. That's by the way, I took a picture when I was in Mobile last. Sign's still there. Everybody see that number on the building, 1555? If you know my phone number, you know that's where it came from, 1555. Headquarters here in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida now. I'm Tom Busby, the founder and head trader at DTI. Our mission has always been to educate you, not just tell you how to make money, but teach you how to make money. We call it teaching the art of trading. Strategies that work, whether it's in an up market, down market, sideways market, whether it's short term, all the way out to long term. Our strategies work in all cases. So we really are a full menu if you're serious about managing your own money and us helping you do that through the education we do. Always been our mission. We focus on the short term a lot because you get instant satisfaction, but we do a lot of great long-term trades. Like go take a look at KGC, a gold trade that we're still in. Sands, another metal trade that we're still in. We do swing, long-term trading. We do a lot of good stuff, I think, okay? We listen to you. You tell us what you want us to do. Education is the backbone of our success. For example, people that were trained this morning, when we broke 65.15 on that pivot number, you knew it was time to bail out of those long trades because it was getting worse. And that's what you learn when you work with us. So I don't have to pick up the phone, hey, get out of this at this 65.15. That's why I go to the trouble to give you the pivot number each and every day. So if you ever see us break back below a pivot number 30, 45 minutes into it, you said there, Jim's a seasoned student of ours. He closed all of them for a profit. That's the difference. That's the difference. Knowing the pivot number, paying attention to that key number I give you every day. Many ways to improve your odds. It's all about odds to me. I'll sit on the sidelines rather than be pressured into making what I call a bad trade. I'll wait and show patience. Whether you're new or experienced, we can work with you. The whole goal is to grow your account. At the end of the day, if we do that, you're fine. Kevin, look what Kevin did. He did the same thing. All the seasoned students knew how important it was when it broke 65.15. Small classes here in Ponte Vedra, face-to-face. I believe in it. That's why I keep talking about it. If you care about your money, you'll figure out a way to get down here and have that experience. Shouldn't miss it. I got a story to tell you. I have one guy lost his job, and all he had left to his name was, not that much money. He paid, he came to the class, he learned what to do with the money he had. He's doing fantastic. And you know what? That makes me feel good to know that we're able to do that in a short 2-day period with somebody that needs that kind of help. We did it. Our Sawgrass event held here in Ponte Vedra at TPC headquarters is our biggest flagship event. We have it once a year in June, the first Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of June. We'll have it next year. I hadn't looked at the calendar, but that's when it'll be. The first Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of June. TPC, beautiful place. Who came to Sawgrass last year? Or this year, I guess. You didn't pay for it because I gave you enough trades in 2 days. If you took half the trades, you got paid 10 or 15% over what you spent. You get to network, meet with other people. That's the beautiful thing about Sawgrass. We have online trading programs to show you how this did. Brian said he made enough to buy more golf balls. That's right. Way to go, Brian. Some of the programs, but not all, include the following. My T-Buzz All-Stars. This is the oldest, the granddaddy of them all. It set up the framework for the week, the Sunday night planning, the Tuesday live trade for the week, and the updates throughout the week. A weekly plan and trading that plan. I call it my weekly trade. Do it every Tuesday, 10:45. I almost said Central Time, 10:45. It's a great, consistent way to grow your account and learn. Education. Now, Tuesday Power Plays, I think the sole purpose of this program is show you the art of swing trading, 3 to 5 day option trading with entry, target, and all bets off. I think it's great. You learn the techniques. My one ticker payout program, we talked about the fact, I think we got 26 in a row, focuses on the QQQ and currently has a remarkable record of finding opportunities with timing throughout the week. I told everybody next Tuesday would probably have our first one ticker trade of September for next Tuesday. My Talking Trade. This is the only trade service where I can reach out directly to you via the Telegram channel. This program has been a huge success. We track everything we do in the trade program. Like one of my guys yesterday couldn't stay for that TQQ trade, but he made it because we posted it into the TNT room. He made $500 on that, even though he had to go during training trade. That's the value of being a member of T-Buzz Talking Trade. Technology to the next level through automated Telegram algos. The first is our newest. I wanted people to get off on the right start in the morning in that first hour. So I said, I'm going to build something I've been using for years, use technology to do it, and we do it through the Sunrise Signal algo. It tells you where to be long, short, or out direction every morning, helps you get on the right side of the market when it lines up, and it's a heck of support for you because it takes a lot of time to do all that stuff. The computer does it for you, spits it out, and off you go. Sunrise Signals, automatic. Now this is the granddaddy that I started with, Genesis Algo. People that like to trade a lot tell me they love the Genesis program because it sets up every day in a lot of different categories. Nothing's like it in the world. It's one of the greatest insights I ever discovered is about that time of day and the trade opportunities that occur. You hear me talk about it all the time. 4 out of 5 days. What about those 4 out of 5? You're going to see the low or high during the Genesis time period. When you get a continuation, that's when you got a big day. Got to pay attention to this time of day. Yeah, Ernie, it's south of Jacksonville. Try to get down here. I'd love to see you. Love to see you. Fly into Jacksonville, Ernie. They like the automatic setups that encompass the DTI method. Also, the small class events throughout the year. I usually have 5 to 7 people in those classes. And I don't think anybody's ever told me it wasn't worth the trip. Now that you get an extra year of online education, that's where we have it right there. Pretty nice facility, and I have to admit, the food is fantastic. I focus on and teach the most current strategies I'm using to grow my accounts. Now we have 2 major trading tools in our arsenal to help us answer the pivotal question of long, short, or out. First is the Roadmap software created in 1998 and how it has always been the engine behind the DTI method. Everything inside the Roadmap is to save you time and help force you to make the right decision whether you're going to be long, short, or out. I don't trade without it. I'm looking at my screen right here. You've got a reversal in the market. How do I know that? I look at the Roadmap. It tells me got a market reversal. Okay. I can be doing other things and glance and know it. I initially designed the Roadmap with a few features, and the students have always loved our 4 simple patterns. Whether it be long, notice how that's drawn out on the chart, picture's worth 1,000 words. When it fails and goes the opposite way. Sort of what we had this morning, wasn't it? A buy failure. Sell signal, when it goes into the sell market, goes to target. And a sell failure. This would be a great signal to get this time of day during Genesis, the sell failure. If that happened, then you got a reversal, and that's what you're looking for this time of day, sell failure, okay? We created MTI by DTI because I wanted a real quick way to make sure everybody that was subscribed to any of my services without the experience could jump into a Thinkorswim trading platform and get a fast approach to stay on the right side of the market. Very simple, what I put together, but it incorporates what we teach based on the first 3 days. The week start approach, the MTI by DTI includes both long-term and short-term charts and a watch list scanner. The scanner is outstanding to get you on the thing. Notice he's got gold highlighted there, basically say be long gold, both long-term and short-term. That's what that's telling you right there. What's so great about it? It's very simple to see. Find those white lines and say, where are we trading in reference to that? My newest program that has students raving, we're in the beta phase of that, is my SPX zero day options. I target hours of 9:45 and 10:30 to trade the SPX on Tuesday and Thursday throughout the year. I will tell you, this is a hard market to trade, but guess what? I figured out a way to do it. And I taught people how to do it. I'm getting reports almost on a daily basis of how good this is. Plus, we had started this phase of the beta where I'm going to give some bonus setups on XSP in the last hour of the market throughout the week. Make it on both ends right there, 9:45 to 10:30 and 3:30 to 4. Futures First Education, online educational program designed to teach you what I know about futures. I didn't say I know a lot. Jonathan put that in there, but I'll just tell you, I do have a lot of experience to help you with futures. I've been able to take a very complicated subject, safeten it up for you, teach you how to protect yourself, and show you how important it is to be on the right side of the market. We meet once a week, 52 times a year at 7 o'clock on Monday night. Once we have the Monday high, Monday low, identify the market that offers the best potential. Can you guess what those markets were over the last couple of weeks? Take a guess out of the seven sisters, what two markets I really highlighted at Monday night. And I already said coming up this Monday night, I'll talk about the bond market and how to play it. I use the tastytrade platform to teach from in Futures First. It makes it easy. It makes it easy to do these type trades regardless of experience. It does the calculations for you. You know how to set your risk reward profile. That's the beautiful thing about tastytrade. Pretty simple what Tom came up with. Now, here at 11, this is something I did in August. To keep me doing this, we got to grow the numbers. This is a lot of time to come in here and do all this. So to do that, we got to get more people. And to get more people, y'all got to run your mouth. Anybody wants to learn. I've got to deputize you to make sure the word gets out about how good it is. Who would not in their right mind want to make money on a daily basis by coming here free of charge? Tell me, y'all know anybody like that? Look at our track record in here. It's almost perfect with the trades we come up with. Monday through Friday, September 11th. September will be here at 11. Same time every day. Not much to remember. I got a lot of things I'm going to do. Okay? All right, keep going. Reminder, all train and trade trades are tracked through our T-Buzz Talk and Trade. If you want to get signed up for that, I'd like to see a couple of you sign up today. Why aren't you signing up for this? This is something else, this program. I would like Jonathan, he can't keeping up all the good trades I do in here. It's just good. Ask anybody that's there. Do me a favor. Somebody that's in Talk and Trade, type how valuable this is for $200 a month. You don't pay it. I'll come up with ways throughout the week where you don't have to pay it. You get paid for being a member. I'm just waiting for somebody that's in there to tell one favorite thing they like what I do. Heck, think about this. Everybody in Train and Trade had that pivot number for sure because it was sure in bold print, the pivot number, what to do with it. Today's focus will be the first 3 days, September market framework. We're building our checklist. That's the foundation for the month. Jonathan, take it away.
Yeah, we got a new September spreadsheet just updated here.
Yeah, copy what Kevin and Rickett said, where people get a couple people to join our T-Buzz.
Let's see, they typed in about TNT. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Rick and Ralph.
Yeah.
Kevin said amazing value updates throughout the 24-hour markets, not just during the cash market, but throughout the 24-hour market. Trade ideas with Tom's pivot, all his entry, exit, target alerts.
Magic 5 by giving you pivot number.
Yep, Magic 5.
That
Imagine
was Kevin's idea.
one day next week during trade and trade, I imagine we'll
Look
give
what
you
David said. Magic 5 more than pays for the cost of TNT. Everything else is just gravy. Claire, I like what Claire said. It's a must if you just want to make money. Anybody here want to make money? It's not in TNT. Get in TNT. It's easy to join. Try it for a month. See if we're not telling you the absolute 100% truth about how good it is. Take it away, Jonathan. I'm sorry. They got me excited when I was reading what people,
That's
their
right.
appreciation of what I do in there.
That's all right. The spreadsheet link here, I'm going to share the slides. So you have the slides from today if you haven't got those already. And you can access this September spreadsheet. It looks like it's slide number 61. Now, what we have here is we have a bunch of different stocks. Start with the Seven Sisters, minus the DAX, where we give you the month open. We give you the FTD high and FTD low. That's the high and low from the first 3 trade days of the month of September. And then we give you a current price. And I grabbed the current price right around 11:30 a.m. a few minutes ago. You've got a column that says above FTD high. And all that does, it takes the current price and compares it to the FTD high. And if we're above it, like gold is, it says long.
Let's talk about gold. MTI's got you long, both short-term and long-term. The 3-day algo's got you long on GLD. What does that mean? Okay. It means that gold's going higher in the month of September. As long as it stays above that 3-day high. What's that 3-day high for GLD? You got GLD on here? Well, you got gold futures, right? Okay.
GLD is on the list a little bit further down, 329.45.
All right, GLD, favored stock. Google, favored stock. MU, favored stock. That's 3 stocks right there I'll be looking at for next week. Keep going.
Okay, as I was mentioning, on the FTD high above column, it'll say long if we're above, if the current price is above the FTD high. It won't say anything if we're in between the high and the low. And then there's, of course, a below FTD low column to tell us if it's short, if it's below the FTD low. You can see crude oil there. The FTD low was 62.72, current price 61.53.
And I'm short crude. Oh, I told you that. Okay.
You have been adamant about that. And if you remember last week, in the last week of August, when crude got a little bounce, it actually said long because it was above the August FTD high. And we said, be careful. Tom's still bigger picture short. Don't trade against the trend. It just had a little retracement. And look at it now. Back down for the month of September. It looks like
Yeah, it made its high over Labor Day. And then now it's down here making low. It is lower.
As we scroll down the list, we've got bonds and, of course, TLT long, right along with it. 115 has been Tom's line in the sand on bonds for the majority of the year. Now it's at 116.
2 profits in a row on my TLT. I'll do another one next month in September. I got a strategy there that, what program did we put that in? I'm just curious.
TLT was in TNT. It was actually a training trade. And of course, we put into talking trade, TNT.
So TNT, good.
You got a question here from Jay. She She keeps asking questions. The futures are the FTD high and low for futures includes the overnight trading, of course. The FTD high and low for stocks is only the cash market hours. Great question. Only cash market hours is what the stocks include.
But if you got the roadmap, Jay, like I've got it, I can track those overnight highs and lows. Let me give you an example. If I look at Apple, Apple last night had a high of 239.40, 239.40 at 8 o'clock. And then once it went above 239.40, it went to a high of about 240.50, didn't it, Jonathan? Something like that. Let me check real quick. Apple's high today was, no, it went to 241.32. Well, I knew that Apple was hot to trot. And so this morning, I bought more Apple because Apple was above its 3-day moving, and I had the number from last night, even though it's not anywhere else but in the roadmap, okay? That's that feature I had added in the roadmap software to keep up with it. And I write it down on those stocks I'm trading. Very important number at 8 o'clock. Nobody's got that number but us. And you, if you've got the roadmap, okay?
Now, starting in September, I usually update this every time Tom goes live, but I'll update it a second time at the end of the trade day, as Claire nicely asked there. Claire, it's a great idea. At the end of every trade day, I'll try to remember to update this.
Yeah, if you got the link, the neat thing Jonathan's done, if you got the link, even if you miss a session, you can click it, it'll be updated for you. If we update it.
Yep, so save the link. What else we got here as we go on the list? There's Apple, Tom talked about. Long, AMD short, Micron long, NVIDIA short, Google long. So last month we had kind of a mixed bag in tech. So far to start this month, we're seeing some of the same things. But today's the first day after the 3-day algo forms, which means the next 5 days are going to be really, really interesting here as we get into next week.
Yeah, and Jonathan, don't let me forget, I want to review the Delta 50 strategy I use to show how to play this. It's really be helpful to people, I think, next week for education.
Okay, we can.
Oh, you know what, Jonathan, we ought to do it today for the retirement account.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We'll do it then. Sounds good. 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
We have a Telegram channel. It's completely free to join. If you haven't already, let me go. I posted it earlier. Let me go find it and copy and paste.
You need to be in that Telegram channel. That lets me know how many people's joining when we send out an invitation like this.
Yeah, today's invite for 2 p.m. will be posted right into Telegram. So make sure you join that channel and be there at 2 o'clock Eastern this afternoon. Let's see, as we go down the list, there's your GLD long, and at the very bottom, we've got the dividend pairs here that Tom's been talking about past several months. That's our tickers for September. We might add some, might take some away as the month goes along. Again, that's on slide number.
Do you have Tesla on there? You ought to put Tesla on there.
I don't think that doesn't ring a bell in terms of what.
I don't think you got it on there. You need to add Tesla. It looks like it's in play again.
Yeah, I figured as the month goes on, you'll have me add more and more.
Oh, I will.
And Tesla. I shared the slides just now. The slide number 61 has the spreadsheet. I would bookmark it to your favorite browser. Probably to be the ideal thing for you all to do.
And I think Kevin's right. We probably ought to add Home Depot also.
Home Depot, always a good one to add right now this time of year.
Yep. All right, here's 5 stocks I see breaking out. Let's go through it. Apple. I think Apple's next stop is 245. Write that top target down. Gold's next stop, 335. 5 stocks. 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 5 Google. Next stop, 237.5. Diamond, I've got the next stop, 460 on the diamond. TQQ, I've got the next stop, 95. All right, here's a 25-cent trader. This is something that I asked Adam to bring on board because I'm getting ready to, you saw what we did today, and I'm getting ready to do more of these. You saw where $1,000 turned into 1,900. Just get anybody's attention that I'm opening this up. I got a real special if you want to join, and we got 4 more reports this month. That's the way this works. So 25-cent trader, there's a 92% return. Let's see, put up 1,000, make 920. Anybody like that kind of layout? I tell the story sometimes. I had $5,000 in a put option it was about a year and a half ago. I paid 25 cents for the option. I didn't have it. I didn't take my profit, and I was driving back from Georgia, and I was selling those things for $2 to $3. Okay. Pretty good stuff. Hey, Jonathan, I want to send you that new referral link. Make sure you got the right one, okay?
Okay, I'll wait to hear from you before issuing it out there, buddy.
Some people say you can't do what I'm doing here. It's called walking on a wire, but this is a way that you can turn small accounts into big accounts if you pay attention, watch the master class, and watch what we do. We almost made 100% this morning, and that was just one night of pain and suffering. Actually, we went home about 25% up, Jonathan. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Okay. Car ride went 1,000 and 1920. Way to go, car ride. I paid 23. Everybody else paid 24. I don't know how I got 23. Anyway, 25-cent trade alert. Gotta love it. We send an email alert when we go, but based on we have a schedule that we tell you when these reports are coming out. There's 5 every month, and they come out at certain times. The reports are the unemployment report, which we just had. Then we have the CPI, PPI reports. Then we have GDP and PCE. And then every now and then you have a Fed meeting. Like, don't we have a Fed meeting? About September 17th. David, these are swing trades. 25-cent program, set your profit targets, let it run. Our Options Made Simple course was built for this course, and I wanted people to know how to do options. That's what we did. Options Made Simple. Very small account friendly right here. $25 to play. Small risk, big reward. Pretty fast too. Bruce, I don't know if you sent that today, but we got in at, let's say 24 cents and out at 46 cents overnight on that big report. Oh, Sue. Yeah, what we did a trial, give you 2 months of it, $199 for 60 days. And I think what we'll do is I'll do a master class once everybody gets joined, where I can go through all the current info, bring people existing up to speed. So any questions about the 25-cent plays, 25-cent options? They said it couldn't be done, and I showed people how to do it. I mean, if you like educating yourself to small price options, I think I'm your guy. So, you know, really part of the criteria is I like selling options. Yeah, absolutely, Reno. Just let us know. That's part of the training. That's what I teach you, Chart Trend. That's what I teach you.
All right, Tom, as we normally do, we've got a more extensive, detailed video to show on this program, 25-Cent Trader.
Okay, got a video to show. All right, folks, I'll see everybody at 2 for the retirement thing. Let's listen to this. It's been a while since I heard it. I'd like to hear it myself. Folks, and welcome. What we want to do is, there's a lot of ways, and we talk about this in Train and Trade, about anywhere from 25 cents to $5, depending on the strategy or whatever you're using. And I love 25 centers because those are the huge gains. But let's go through this, and I'll answer any questions at the end of it. Thank you for being here, and we just really got you ready to go. Thanks, Buck, for saying that. Buck says he likes what we're doing today. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, folks. Chance to trade the 25 mid-year market pivot using the same method, seen light and fast, doubles, even triples. You know, there's mandatory disclosure. Profits and performance shown are not typical. Any individual subscriber make no future earning claims, and you know, you can lose money. From March 28, 2024, July 21st, 2025 on live trade alerts, 62 total trade alerts with 41 wins, 21 losses. The average trades we run and winners losers combined was 2%. We can't guarantee any specific future results, as there's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. See our terms on the DTI homepage. Now, take a good look at that quarter. It might just be the most powerful trading tool in the entire market if you have the right timing. You see, what most folks are paying $500 or $1,000 or even more to trade popular stocks like Apple, Nvidia, or Microsoft. I've discovered a way to tap into what could be the cheapest options on the market. And this is what I love about it. Love, love, love. Traded only costs 25 cents an option. And by entering on certain predetermined dates, we've been able to watch as these 25-cent trades double or even triple in what feels like no time. Like the quick double in November, 104% gain there, 182% gain in January, tripled in there in March, 214%. Telling you, you're going to love it. Now, I don't like to brag. I like to be confident, but this is hardly my first rodeo. In 1992, I was one of the only 50 professionals to be handpicked by the CME to receive my own Globex terminal, the front runner to electronic trading. Those were the days. And I even helped manage firms so successfully, it was eventually bought out by the 1.3 trillion institution, Morgan Stanley. Now, I've been very selective about who gets access to these 25-cent trade alerts. Our students have access to these 25-cent trades and are raving about them when they set up. Like John. I love the 25-cent trades for someone with a small account. Love the fact that I can trade more than a couple contracts. Makes it feel like Mr. Big. Or Jim T. Loves making money with the 25-cent trades. Did 400% on one. That's 5 times the original investment. Oh, Carlos May. These are hot little trades. Now, if you're trying to guess specific opportunity behind the 25-cent trades, hang tight for just a moment because we're not talking about trading penny stocks. We're talking about big companies, public companies, and setups. We're not talking about risky earnings plays. Think about the people that got killed yesterday in Amazon. And certainly we're not talking about trading complex spreads, naked options, or anything like that. That's the beauty of it. As a matter of fact, each and every trade example was here today could have been taken any regular brokerage account. No specific heavy-duty lifting there. Trading most basic form of call options available, as long as the 25-cent trade is set the day before one of these predetermined days. 5 big reports every month, and that's when the magic happens. And today I'm doing something that we actually never thought we'd actually do. You know, usually most people like me would never trade these options so cheap, but I figured out a strategy that works at selected times. And that's because these type of speculative options typically lose money for investors. But thanks to the recent discovery led by myself and the help of 3 financial experts on my team, my whole perspective shifted 180 degrees. That's because only trading these 25-cent options on very specific predetermined days, shot to jump in and really hit good. 78.3% hit rate according to the full back test. For example, like back in January. Now, if you're looking at the chart, the S&P 500 was roaring higher. I remember it. By mid-January, at new highs, and folks were left guessing if the breakout would continue or would make a natural pullback. Now, you could spend your whole time drawing all these chart patterns, calculating Fibonacci's, reading through endless inflation reports, or trying to guess what would come next. But on January 10th, none of that really mattered because January 10th was a predetermined date marked down on the calendar. That's the beauty of this. You can plan this out. And as long as someone took 30 seconds to place the trade before the markets closed, a basic call option would work, 194% on that. Now, as great as that is, it gets even better because the next day, on January 11th, was marked on the calendar too, 23% on that one. And here's what came next, 264% gain. This already gets your attention. That could have been enough to triple the investment on one trade. It wouldn't cost folks hardly anything to get in on the play. Say you started with a small $500 investment on 25-cent trades, you would have had $22.93 in profit. Might not sound like life-changing, but it sure is good, and it's something to go to. That's definitely no chump change either. As a matter of fact, the average Joe only brings in about $6,700 a month. That's pre-tax. Average monthly expenses for American families are hitting $8,454. It doesn't get any lower. And according to these statistics, the average American household starts each month minus $1,746 in the hole. Don't want to be that. Most people are sliding backwards financially. Here's 2 gains here, 194 and 264. You see they're huge percentage gains. That's the beautiful thing about scaling this. 22.93 in profit, just 2 of the trades that month. Keep in mind that we've seen 3 times the amount of opportunities in January, 4-digit wins there. Look at those gains. Wow. Now, you probably wonder what exactly is going on. What are these predetermined days that allows this kind of movement? Well, finer details on how these 25-cent trades work in just a moment. Plus a handful of you will be able to grab. This is what's great. Having this calendar in advance. All the predetermined dates are set to pay out big, and we'll reveal a top secret bonus trade that costs even less than 25 cents. Before we get there, I must be frank. Hey, I'm not typically a swing for fences type guy. That's because, as you know, as I showed you, all trades have winners and losers, and typically even the best swing for fences strategies out there take the biggest and most frequent losses. Now, if you know me, I don't like big risk. That's why I built my career focused on high accuracy opportunities day in and day out with my usual approach, targeting, just like yesterday, 10 or 20% per trade. And now that I've helped some top students reach jaw-dropping goals from my various research programs, here's some of the best stories. 135 by Manny O at his 5th win in trading. Or Laura, 2,200 in profit, using some of the most basic things she's learned. Denise said she's had nothing but winning trades. Way to go, Denise. Up until now, shooting for 10, 20 profits over and over again. It's fairly high win rate has been my bread and butter, but today I'm finally pulling back the curtain for a very different style of trade. Thanks to these predetermined dates, there's 5 of it in a month, then you add in the Fed, get a few extra. While at the same time giving us unlimited upside on these short-term moves. Combination of win rate plus upside is in our back test showing the power scale, even a small account quicker than anything else I've seen before. And simply by following along with these predetermined dates listed on the calendar right there, these 25-cent trades have a chance to double, even triple extremely fast. For example, like the very next 25-cent trade opportunity in January, while most people are probably searching the internet to see some expert opinions on what the stock market would do next, anyone with their hands on the calendar could have ignored all that nonsense and glanced at the January 17th predetermined date circled. That's what's the beauty of it, playing your mind. Click a few buttons in the account, set your trade, 101.8% gain on that one. This is not hard work, but you have to know the strategy and the times in the month when they set up. Just check the calendar, place the trade, as long as the trade was entered on the date listed on your calendar before the market's closed. You completely ignored what other people are doing. You're out there, tuned out the herd, just relaxed and enjoyed your life. Hey, there I am throwing a little football with my grand. Or going golfing in the evening. If everything worked out, watch the initial investment more than double, 24 hours. In this case, $2,500 on that one would have turned into a $5,000 profit. Now, I keep talking about these predetermined dates and how they give you the exact minute to get in and lock in what could be the double, even triple on these reports. Well, it's definitely what we're aiming for. I want to remind folks, we don't have a magic 8 ball. We can't predict the future. Just like with any strategy, there will be winners and there will be losers. So never bet the form. That said, there's a reason I tell my students to only take 25-cent trades on these specific dates. Take a look at that eye-opening graph. This is when the movement comes and the explosion happens on these reports. Looking at the S&P percentage movement every day for the past 10 years, plotted on the chart. Notice that chart. Each individual dot represents a single day. Now, between the two lines is the number of days where the S&P moved less than 1%. The majority of days, that's when you're going to lose. But when it moves outside those lines, most likely time for it to happen is on these big reports. That's when you're at. As you can see from a quick look, the stock market is flat about 70% of the time, and that's because most of the time S&P 500 is not a ton of market moving action. That means every 7 out of 10 trading days, the market's stagnant, options are eating time decay, and you're paying for it. Mercantile says 70.6.5% of options expire worthless. And now that if you've been trading or investing for a while now and have struggled to make consistent profits, this might be the reason. Or if you watch the markets go higher and higher all while your retirement account barely budged an inch, not because you're a bad trader, you just simply don't have the right information. The problem is the majority of the time, the stock market barely moves. And that's what crushes most trading accounts. However, if you pay attention to this chart, you unlock this gold mine that I've discovered. You strike, and as soon as you'll see these dates when some of the biggest moves in the stock market are not random at all. In fact, they're all predetermined weeks in advance on a calendar just like this one. And on these predetermined dates, we've seen these inexpensive, dirt cheap options double, even triple sometimes overnight. Just like in February, the biggest payday we've seen so far from 25-cent trade. And keep in mind, in February, most investors are still holding their breath, waiting for Fed cut interest rates, still holding that breath. That's because for months Wall Street's been baking in interest rate cuts. But the Fed had other plans. Typically, that news would make you want to sell your stock when they don't act. But then when it had the calendar, February 21st date circled, you would then take this strategy to the bank. Because sure enough, the very next day, 391% gain. Take a look at that one. Now again, that's the biggest one we've seen so far from study. I remind you that no strategy is perfect. There's going to be big wins, small wins, and losers along the way. That's just how trading works. But today we're going to hold nothing back. We'll share with you every detail behind the back test we ran the 25-cent trader immediately gets started on it because Wall Street thinks that monumental place. We found this strategy, this nice place that we can go to and become even more reliable than ever before. In a minute, I'll share exactly what I'm doing. But first, let me explain what's really going on. Every month, there's a handful of key reports published by the U.S. government can move the market. Probably heard of them. Unemployment, we had that today. The next up on the agenda is CPI and PPI, then GDP, PCE, all that. And then if you have a Fed meeting, that's icing on the cake. Now, these reports are typically published in the morning before the opening bell. And as I'll show you, they're set up the most lucrative trading days we've seen all year long. Take a look at this 25-cent trade one day before these market moving reports hit the press. In a blink of an eye, just like that. Sometimes you get a double, triple on these reports. Take a look at the next 25-cent trade from the study market on February 28th. Paid 21 cents for that one. Got in at a discount, didn't we? That next morning at 8:30, just before the stock market was opening for a day, the jobless claims report was published. And by the time the opening bell rang, the S&P immediately shot higher and 5,000 in shares. We're pocketing a nice 550 overnight. But if you took a 25-cent trade with the same starting state, look what you'd have made, $2,381 on the same direction, just using a smarter way to approach it with options. About 16 times better than buying the shares outright, and only 1/20th the cost per position. And based on what our beta testers have said, and even people that have been issued these trades, it doesn't seem challenging at all to take it. Like Tina and Peggy, who wrote the 25-cent trades, they love them, easy to get into, easy to get out to. You know when you're going to be out, have the money for other trades ready and available. Or Tim, who wrote in 25-cent options, low risk, but highly profitable trade, easy to understand. Let me show you another example. Same exact case with the next setup marked on the calendar, March the 6th. On March the 6th, folks didn't have much confidence in the stock market. The S&P 500, NASDAQ were all losing steam, falling north of 1% in a day. Sure, a lot of folks would have still cleared of the stock market on a day like that. Hey, I'm unlike a lot of people. All you had to do was set a 25-cent trade on that day that the calendar so identified, and that would have given folks, gotten folks in the U.S. government published their newest jobless claims report the next morning, maybe grabbed a dinner with an old friend or relative. By the time the opening bell rang, pop, 134.7. Pretty cool. Now, we typically get a handful of these major economic reports each month. Each one presents a trading opportunity. The criteria that we've come up with works. In fact, these dates are so powerful they make up almost all the opportunities in the stock market. You're going to be shocked when you see this chart. Look at that chart right there. Most people know the S&P 500 is in a new bull market, an extremely hot run. But most people don't realize is, if you highlight these major economic report dates I've been talking about all day long, go where the action is. Let's remove those from market moving days. Chart becomes totally dismantled, going from unstoppable bull market to sideways action. Nothing. And as you can see, trading outside these predetermined dates is a dangerous time and a fast track losing money by buying options. If you're trading options, and by only isolating these explosive dates, that's where the money's made. And that's why I've developed a special calendar with all these dates mapped out in advance. You know when they are, you know when the setup comes, plus critical instruction on how to set the trades for optimum results. Be part of this program today and have total access to the whole world of trading small price options. And then all left to do, take a quick trade on dates shown if you want to, like this one here on July the 26th, a 54% gain. December 20th, 152% gain, or May 24th, a 334% gain. Oh, it's fun. That's $10,000, $867.50 in less than 24 hours. Now, can't retire my money with that kind of money. It would definitely be a nice buffer to pay off maybe a car loan, plan a next vacation, or just save for a rainy day. There's some serious financial cost here. You saw the way they're rising. It could have been listed in 24 hours. I have to admit, after seeing the power of these predetermined dates on the chart, you ought to see it too. That's where the action is. Almost seems foolish to trade any other way when you're playing this strategy. But now you might be wondering, can you go ahead and pick any option every time one of these dates pop up? Of course not, folks. If it were that easy, everyone would be doing it. You got to have all the pieces of the pie. My team has developed a very strict set of criteria to give you an edge on these market moving days. We filter out a lot of information, the week's open, the month's high, average trading range. Then we sort through the options to find the optimum expiration strike price, always around 25 cents per option. And then we set the trade with outline profit targets, stop loss levels ready to go. We do all the heavy lifting, and we take care of setting it up for you, teeing it up for you. All you got to do is take the trade. Actually following along with the trade is no more difficult than riding a bike, using basic call or put options to access that direction, access it in your regular broker account, 401k or IRA. And I simply can't keep these 25-cent trades quiet any longer. Learn how to do it. Especially as we see huge market movement events multiplying before our very eyes. So from the private trade alerts for about 6, we're actually outperforming testing so far. Monica wrote, she loves the 25-cent option plays. They're affordable, quick to produce, and usually give you 100% of profit. That's the goal. You're having big hits here. Like Doug, 400% gain on his, high reward. Low cost of entry. Or David, here's another one. Pretty accurate. Quick, clean rewards. These are incredible stories. I can't wait to hear from the new traders like you to join today. You see, there's a giant shift on Wall Street I firmly believe will make these opportunities more lucrative, and you really can't afford to miss this time around. First, if you'd like to be on the next 25-cent trade, plus access your copy of the password protected calendar with all the dates listed, let me hear from you this very minute. You're serious about doing it. Today, you could be on a few people that we're going to let into explosive 25-cent trades. Each, when they set up, we call it the 25-cent trader. Only place in the world I know that focuses on this segment of the option market, shooting for the next double or even triple. Once you claim the discounted spots, we've identified you. You're ready to go. You get in the channel, you're ready to go. Then we look at the next day, we're ready to rock, we're ready to roll all day long. In the same trades, I'd recommend anybody that wants to do this strategy. Inside the alert, you get everything I believe you need to place to trade. You see the date that it's identified. It talks about the report, when to get in, when to get out. The ticker that we're going to use, the analysis that got us here, plus the 25-cent option criteria. All you do is copy trade, have a shot at what could be the next great win. 180% gain, like January 31st, or 2,500 on this one. Yeah, $4,500 overnight. That'll make you smile. Now, you get your exit alert as well when we close out. That way you're never left in the dark. And make sure that you always get instant access to Signal. I'll be sending you alerts via email, cell phone, and telegram. 3 ways to make sure you get the trade. Now, whether you're at the beach with friends, out playing a little golf, talking at a seminar, you'll never miss out. You just want to place a trade before the market closes. That's the key, and then you're all set before that report. That brings me to the next piece of your membership. System is designed with very specific entry prices, stop losses, and profit targets. Always going for optimum gains while avoiding holding on the losers for too long. That's a big benefit. Come back to play again. I call it automatic exit plan with the 25-cent options. That way you set the trade, walk away to enjoy whatever you want to do, and even include exclusive information on automatically how to reduce your risk. But not just that. I know some of you might be new to trading. This is a great way to have some big gains to talk about. First of all, I want to rest assured that in 25-cent trader, we use the most basic form of options available. I usually don't use spreads, condors, or nothing like that. It's a straight out, let's get it. That said, I'm including a special trade. I'll teach you options all the way from the rookie level to pro level in case we want to use it. The course is called Options Made Simple, a course that we put together over about 6 to 8 months. It's the best course I know out there with strategies, how to tie the strategies to whatever is happening in the market. We give it to you as part of your subscription. There's a reason I included in-depth training. Since the 2020 pandemic, we've seen these major economic reports only more and more impactful, especially the higher you go. You see that, with the higher you go, you get more bang for your buck. And these predetermined dates have only gotten more powerful as time goes on. Well, I think Wall Street's got it figured out. That's why you're seeing them leverage short-dated options at a rate like any other time in history. And now most folks have no clue how to use their highly leveraged options. I'll show you how. And I'll show you how we can plan to use them to target doubles, even triples on predetermined dates. Especially if folks have already seen the 25 cent at work. You become a believer real quick. Like Rhonda, 25 cent options and small account friendly, risk small, great reward. Or Bruce, 25 cent trade in less than 24 hours to see results. Fun to take a trade. Love the wins, keep it coming. According to Sue. You could charge anything you wanted to for this kind of membership. It's very detailed from that standpoint. The work is done for you. It's teed up for you. And you have to pass or say, I'm taking it. So what are we thinking on the price for elite membership? They want to go high, $69.97 per year. With the potential, it's there. Let's do something fun and cut the price in half to $34.97. Since we're live, I like to make things a lot more palatable when I'm live. It gets even better. Here's some special bonuses lined up for new members. Join the Lifetime Elite Member Discount. Do it today. That's bonus number 1. Lifetime Elite Membership, anybody that wants to take it, right here in the room. I'll knock off $1,000 off the price of the membership. So $34 for 1 year is a heck of a deal, but $24.97 for life is a steal. Drop that link, boys and girls. Drop that link. If you're one of our elite members here today, it won't run you $24.97. That brings me to my final bonus. Hit the ground running faster than you ever could imagine. $25 per maximum on these options. Or to get up on your feet, start a lap ahead of everybody else. Your first 50's on me, cuts the price down $1,250 more. This is lifetime. That's right, lifetime. $1,247. One price, and you're in for life. This deal is only good for members who jump in right now while I'm live. We're going to take it down. If you wait too long, you'll be outside looking in and pass that first trade that we're going to do. You read my emails about epic results. We're getting with new members. Do not procrastinate. Never procrastinate. Take one of the discounted memberships for yourself. Go to dtitrader.com/25 cents, or you can call 904-706-3532 if you got any questions. Click the link in the chat. There it is. Special surprise for those that join today. dtitrader.com/25 cents. Or you, like I said, you can call 904-706-3532. Again, $1,247 lifetime deal for elite members today. It's ready to go. It's ready to fly. Let's do it. Hey, I've done it, and I have to admit, it's pretty special to be a 25-cent trade. There's one I did right there. Got in at $27.49 just to show somebody I was demonstrating how powerful they are. We're from $11.66 overnight on that one. Starting right now, jump in. Don't wait. It's very, very weak. Don't miss a new trade this week. Go to dtitrader.com/25 cents. Or like I said, you can call. This is a lifetime membership. I want to do that. VIP. Get on the same experience that some of our students have had. They love how quickly they work. 4x times 25. You can do the math yourself, according to what Dave said. Patrick loves these trades. Small for a small account. 25-cent trades. Hey, this is pretty good stuff here. As Brian said, many more stories just like those. Go ahead and grab your 25-cent VIP trader, dtitrader.com/25 cents. Got any questions? Ask them now. I'll answer them. Ask questions about when we do it and how we do it. Every day you got a live room you can go to and ask about questions, the trades that we did, what happened and all that. Hey, let's answer some common questions. Question on how much money is it? Well, the trades are down at 25, the price of 25 cents for an option. Being able to pick those takes something special. $25 a contract. No strategy wins 100% of the time, though. You've got to be aware. But according to our test and the work we've done, be part of it. Profitable those that stick to the discipline. We can play the market either up or down. That's the beauty of it. And you're not holding long periods of time. You get your money back after about 72 hours. Can you trade this in IRA? Of course you can. It's retirement account friendly. Now what's the next one? Hey, you'll get that information when you join. Go to your membership, read the master classes. The 25-cent options are so explosive. Don't miss the next trade next week. Go to dtitrader.com/25 cents, or you can call and get questions answered. Folks, you will find that 25 cents an option, you really get to have nerves of steel. It really, I've seen people do really well when they only got $25 exposed or a multiple thereof. Something about it. Hey, 10 contracts is only $250, right? Okay, there you go. Playing with the big boy. So folks, this is what we're going to do. I want you to get by. Anybody got any questions at all?
All right, folks, that was a replay of a recent session Tom did covering the 25-cent trader program. This is the same program that overnight from yesterday to today booked a 90 to 100% winner. A fantastic trade. So the deal today is 60 days at $199. I know the video we just watched was referring to, I think, a much longer term deal, but today's deal is 60 days for $199. If you do join, I think you get a chance to up your membership to a year or maybe even the VIP. But today you can go to dtitrader.com/try25C, just like it says on the slide there, and I'll repost it in the chat. Or you can call us at 904-706-3532. As a reminder, Tom will be live at 2 p.m. for the retirement education session. So be sure to check the Telegram channel for an invite to that. And then today's Friday. We'll finish the week up with the weekly wrap up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great rest of your day.